Hello YouTube, and I haven't done a video in a while again, as I usually do, but I wanted to make another video because today I'm going to be reviewing a certain movie that is very controversial and makes the best lists of some people and the worst out of the entire franchise it's in of some people, and that particular movie is a James Bond film called On Her Majesty's Secret Service, starring George Lazenby. So this movie takes place in the Swiss Alps, in obviously Switzerland, and focuses on James Bond's pursuit of Blofeld once again. And it was one of the most interesting movies I've ever watched and tried to review at the same time, because the first half of the movie, well, as I'm watching it, the first 20 minutes of the movie, I was like, this movie looks pretty good. I'm gonna give it a good score. After that, I got a little slow, and then there's that really weird scene in the middle. But the second half of the film, when it picked up, it was crazy, because after I finished the film, I decided that it wasn't a good movie, and it wasn't a great movie. It was an amazing movie. Now, a lot of people say that George Lazenby's a bad actor, or the movie isn't Bond enough. I can't disagree more. I've heard a lot of reviewers say that it's the worst of the series, and I don't understand where it's coming from. First of all, George Lazenby, I think, is not an amazing actor, but he's a good actor. He's not great in the role, but I think he's interesting, and he brings a nice third dimension where he actually falls in love in this movie, which is an awesome plot element, if you ask me. So then, so George Lazenby is a pretty good actor, and I think he was well suited for the role, and I'm sad he only made this one instead of like 7 more, which he was offered. But, and the next thing is that it wasn't Bond enough, which I also can't disagree with more, because he's awesome. George Lazenby is awesome. As a spy movie, it is not disappointing. I've seen, maybe it doesn't have a lot of gadgets, but it's just epic. The story itself is epic in the Swiss Alps, and him trying to defeat Blofeld again. And the love story just made it all that much more believable and, intense. Because it isn't a ridiculous movie. There are some jokes that aren't that great, but mostly the movie is, stellar in its execution. Like I said, the middle of the movie is a little slow, but once you get past that part, I think that it's brilliant in its action scenes. Like the ski chase scene, and then there's the big fight at the very end where they're assaulting the base, and Bond kicks Blofeld up into the tree branch, which I think was awesome. Now, this movie is not the best James Bond movie, but as another reviewer said, this has to be, in my opinion, the best James Bond movie that doesn't star Sean Connery. I don't know why. It is just so good at what it does. And it's action-packed. There's a really good love story with Tracy, played by Diana Rigg. So, you know what, guys? This movie isn't perfect. Like I said, some of the jokes are kind of eh. And the weird scene in the middle it takes a little bit of value away because it's just so strange and kind of creepy. But other than that, I'd have to say that this movie earns a rightful 9 out of 10 as one of the best James Bond movies. Not the best, per se, but one of the best. Because I think George Lazenby is better than Roger Moore or Pierce Brosnan. I think he's on par with Daniel Craig, because I don't even know if I want to compare them, because Daniel Craig plays it a lot differently. But, Sean Connery will always be the best Bond actor, no doubt. But as it stands, 9 out of 10, great movie. Just because other people have said it's bad, watch it for yourself. I love this movie. I love On Her Majesty's Secret Service. And, I'm not saying that the other reviewers' opinions are wrong, it's just that I think they're harsh. And I think they need to consider some of the other points and some of the other points of view of this film. So, watch it for yourself, guys. See if you like it. It's one of my favorites. Thank you.